Question number 11. Which of the following should be included in a project charter? Choose two. A. Measurable objectives. B. Detailed deliverables list. C. Key stakeholders list. And D. Change request form. And the correct answers are measurable objectives and key stakeholders. Now, detailed deliverables cannot exist in project charter because it's the very first document. It's a high-level document. It would not contain any details, right? This is going to happen much later. Then comes the change request form. Well, that's part of your planning, right? So that's going to happen much later. The only two things which should be there in project charter from this list is measurable objectives. A project charter must have objectives and it should be very smart. And one of the elements of smart is it should be measurable. And the other one is key stakeholders list. All right, let's move on to question number 12. What are the rules about the length of a sprint? And the correct answer is 1 to 4 weeks. Remember, there are flow-based agile methodologies as well as sprint-based or iteration-based. Now, XP would have different kind of iterations, different blends. FDD would have different. So, how did we arrive at 1 to 4 weeks? Well, there's a trick. When it comes to PMP, all the questions on Agile are basically keeping in mind that they're asking questions on Scrum. So all you need to know is understand Scrum, and you're absolutely ready for Agile projects because Scrum is by far the most used methodology around the planet when it comes to Agile. And that's what they ask in PMP exams, right? When they talk about Agile. So Agile is Scrum as far as PMP exams are concerned. And in Scrum, your sprint, which is also called the iteration, cannot be less than 1 week and cannot be more than 1 week. So the duration or the length of a sprint or an iteration in Agile or Scrum is 1 to 4 weeks. And that's the correct answer. Let's move on to question number 13. Which of the following statements describes best the relationship of quality and grade? A. Low grade is always a problem. Low quality may be overcome by a good rework and repair process. B. Grade is a category or rank given to entities having different functional requirements but the same need for quality. C. Both quality and grade can often be improved through intelligent measuring, testing, and examining. And D, low quality is always a problem as it bears on the quality of an item to meet requirements, but low grade is not a problem. And the correct answer is D. You see, if you look at every other option, you'll realize that grade is just a different requirement. There's nothing wrong if you have a different grade. Low grade, high grade doesn't really make a difference depending on which kind of requirements does it contain. But quality within the grade or whatever it is, it means non-conformity to requirements or lack of fitness of use. Uh, I mean, that's a problem with quality. And therefore, low quality is always a problem, no matter what the grade is. And having a low or a high grade is not really a problem because that's just a collection of requirements, right? So you look at all these other options, low grade is always a problem. No, it's not, right? So forget about reading the rest because the statement itself is incorrect. Then B, grade is a category or rank given to entities having different functional requirements, but the same is needed for quality. No, this first part is absolutely correct. But the moment you say, okay, the same is needed for quality, no, that's wrong, right? You don't have graded quality. Grade is different, quality is different. Now, C, both quality and grade can often be improved through intelligent measuring. Yes, quality can be done, could be improved, but grade is what the customers require. So even C is incorrect. So the best answer for this question is D. In case you're looking for a course, an examination readiness course, which is going to get you ready in just under 16 hours to ace PMP exam. Does a course like that exist? Yes, it does. Well, all you have to do is type pmvideo.pm-pulse.com. That's my site for PM videos, and over here you have a few PMP 2021 related videos. The very first one is PMP Dash. PMP Dash for acing PMP 2021. When you come to this particular landing page, you have a video which will give you an introduction to entire PMP Dash. It also contains certain things which are there in PMP Dash. There'll be samples of what's contained inside. You can make an informed decision. The best thing is it gets you ready in just 16 hours. It contains every aspect of what's going to be covered in the PMP exam. Not only that, it has also 180 questions, full examination set guided by me. In case you're looking for a course which will get you ready for PMP exam in a very short period of time, and not only that, it'll help you ace it. Well, this is the course. Question number 14. Every time-boxed iteration in the project has a demo scheduled at the end during the iteration review session. What is the goal of this demo? A. To groom the iteration backlog. B. To revise the product roadmap. C. To solicit feedback from the product owner and other stakeholders. And D. To establish the features to be included in the product backlog. And the correct answer is C, to solicit feedback from the product owner and other stakeholders. You see, what is the real purpose of this? A demo. A demo is nothing but a sprint review. So, moment a sprint is done, and whatever is the deliverable of it, the product owner, sometimes the customers or the representative from the customer would actually look at it. And it's a very good way to obtain feedback. Hey, are we in the right direction or not? And therefore, it's a very good feedback mechanism from the stakeholders. So the best answer from among the options provided is C, that what is the goal of the demo. But if you look at to groom the iteration backlog, no, sir. That's not. Grooming the iteration backlog is reprioritization of the backlog. That happens because of the inputs from the product owner based on what the customer has to say. Now, B, to revise the product roadmap, absolutely not. Roadmap has something to do, which is the overall the overall major milestones or the release map of how the releases will be done over a period of time. And they can change because of different reasons, but not necessarily because of a demo. So that's not the goal of a demo. And then D, to establish the features to be included in the product backlog. Not absolutely not. It's the other way around, right? So these are all wrong statements, and this is the only correct statement when it comes to demo. Remember, demo is another terminology for iteration review or sprint review. All right, let's move on to question number 15. Last year, your company released a new service based on a project you managed. The company wants to determine if the new service has increased customer satisfaction. Which tool can measure the happiness of users of the new service based on their willingness to encourage others to use your service against those who would discourage others to use the service? A. Net Promoter Score. B. Net value. C. A/B testing. And D. Planned value. And the correct answer is Net Promoter Score. Basically, Net Promoter Score is a convoluted method of calculation which is based on surveys, and the output could range from -100 to +100. There are other parameters also, but the point is -100 would say, well, they will actually actively discourage others from even coming to you. And a +100 would mean that they are more than willing to actively let other people know that how good your services are. So whatever that is mentioned here is all about Net Promoter Score. All of these are something different. Net value is not exactly a great term, right? So This is a fallacious term, so it does not even make much sense. Client value is basically comes from earned value management, which has nothing to do with what's happening here. And A/B testing has something to do with what is called as which color to go for logo testing and all. So that has nothing to do with what we are being taught about.